Greetings and salutations, YouTube, the World Wide Web. It is your host with the most, Dr. Cantu, who has the cure for it all. In hand right now, we have the barely sustaining life Air Jordan Metallic 5s that I thrifted in my last trip to the thrift video. And today I'm gonna turn these disgusting ass shat-on shoes that looks like someone walked through a bunch of cow manure while they were mowing the lawn and turn them back into their pristine, clean gym state. Just like Idaho. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop, skip, and jump straight into another Cantu customization and restoration. Let's go. Alright class, before I get into the steps, I just want to show y'all how bedraggled these shoes are. They are an absolute abomination to the sneaker world, and that is why I must fix them. So the first thing I did was, of course, strip them down from the top to the bottom, heads, shoulders, knees and toes, took the laces out, and then the shoes was butt ass naked as they were supposed to be. So then I mixed some water with a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and then there's some bleach chilling in the background, so just know I added that as well if you bleached my asshole. And then I stirred it up, as Bob Marley would say, with a nice little toothbrush on some Colgate shit. And just like Colgate, man, I made this combination to remove the gingivitis from behind the back of the netting. So I cleaned the tongue so the breath wasn't smelling janky on the shoes, and the interior netting on the shoe as well. So once that step was done, again, I mixed water with some Dawn dish soap to clean the overall shoe. And I'm telling you, you guys do not need to spend a lot of money on some name brand shoe materials. You guys can just get a nice little little nail cleaner instead of buying an expensive ass brush or a kit and just scrubbing the shit down your damn self. So that is what I'm doing. I got this nasty ass towel that I'm actually using to remove all the dust and debris particles from the beautiful cocaine white leather of the shoe. So I'm just scrubbing extra hard because I go hard in the paint, and then of course cleaning the bottom of the shoes as well, because you want to remove any poop fragments that were left on there from the last time the person walked their dog who wore these. So already, man, the shoes is looking nice, bro. Like straight up, I don't even gotta paint them if I was that lazy. They're looking sexy as is. So the next thing I did was clean the tongue of the shoe. So that 3M is dirty, and of course if a bus is about to run you over, you want to make sure that their headlights light up when they hit your shoes, and then they can swerve off and crash into a pole instead of you. So I got some nice little Angelus Easy Cleaner, a toothbrush, and of course I started doing nice little circular motions all over with my tongue on the tongue. Hey, you feel me, to please it.
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
And then I actually did this about 2 or 3 times just to make sure all the dirt was gone from the 3M on the tongue, and so that they were looking sexy and plush. And then once the first tongue was done compared to the other one, it was a world of a difference. And then now both tongues are complete and they look super sexy and super sleek. So of course I then got the fresh fogger out that I got at like Foot Action or some shit, and I had to spray the inside of the shoe just to make sure there was no odor and that all the germs were dead. Unfortunately, I couldn't remove the soles because they were glued in, these motherfuckers. Then I got a nice little creepy ass teacup, some hardcore acetone in the metal tin because I ain't no pussy that uses nail polish. And then I got some nice cotton rounds, a rubber glove, and then I started removing the clear coat of paint that was actually on the shoes. Now let's be real, this step is simple and we keep it popping like a pimple. You just rub the cotton around in a little light, gentle circular motion. Once the clear coat of paint is gone, then you can easily apply the leather paint right onto the surface of the sneaker. And that is what your boy did. I whipped out that Cool Whip White Angelus acrylic leather paint. If you guys would like any leather paint, the link is in the description as per usual. So then I got my stroke game going vicious and started applying about 3 coats of white paint on top of this sneaker silhouette. Now the 5 was looking good, clean, but obviously when I added new paint onto it, it really set the whole shoe off in its entirety. So of course I got the nice outsole, the midsole, and I got the upper of the shoe completely covered with 3 brand new coats of that white. Now the reason why I chose 3 coats was because there were some deep scratches on the exterior of the shoe, and yes, I actually painted the toe cap and the rubber of the shoe, which you guys can do. Honestly, if the rubber is not making contact with the pavement when you're walking, you can easily and readily paint on it. Now I also had to go ahead and get the small paintbrush out to paint around the Jumpman just to make sure that I got all the nooks and crannies and didn't get any white paint on top of the little Jumpman's J's. You feel me? Then I whipped back out the big brush and started going ham again, filling in and color blocking all the larger areas that needed a new coat of paint. And the best part about applying the new coat was actually covering up the dirty thread that was on the upper of the shoe. So once that dirty thread was all crispy cocaine white, it was looking like a flawless angelic cloud sent straight down from the heavens. So once that was done, I looked at the sock lining. I was like, nah, there's no way I'm letting making that shit remain like off-white and dirty ass gray. So of course I mixed the paint with a little bit of water, watered it down, that way it would soak right into the fabric in the material, and then I just painted right along the exterior of the shoe, along the sock lining. I didn't paint on the inside of the shoe just because I didn't want it to be uncomfortable when the person put on this pair of J's. You feel your boy. So the closing details of the paint job was just to cover up the plastic eyelet region with a couple coats of paint. Once those were looking more crispy than a Frisbee, I moved on to trying to make the outsoles icy. So stepping outside, I whipped out the Soul Bright solution. Now this was sent to me from angelusdirect.com, and it evidently is supposed to make little yellow outsoles look like some fresh ass Titanic sinking icebergs. Now with that being said, this was my very first time ever using this product. It said to apply it liberally. That's what I did. It told me to let it sit in the sun for 2 to 6 hours, which I did. It said you possibly might want to wrap the material in saran wrap. So I made this look like some leftover rotisserie chicken all up out in my driveway in the sun. I let it sit for about 4 hours, and then I brought them inside, and voila, it did not do fucking shit. So the outsoles, making them re-icy was a complete failure. I probably did not have the proper material. I didn't have time to order it. So I sincerely apologize. If you guys have a better solution, leave it in the comment section down below, because that Angelus shit did not work. I'm sorry, Angelus, I love you, but that is the brutally honest truth. So then last but not least, I just added some nice fresh cocaine laces into the shoe. And once the shoe was laced up all the way, it was looking pretty damn fresh. Now the only thing I wish was that I had the icy outsoles, but altogether, when finished, I think these shoes turned out looking like a dream come true. They were way more crispy than a damn cocaine Frisbee, and definitely came leaps, bounds, and miles from where they originally started. So if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch y'all very, very soon. We locked and loaded. Peace.
Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.